I think I'm going to change my occupation. Think I'm gonna find me something new. Change my occupation, find another situation.
That's what I'm going to do.
I'm getting sick and tired of hanging out in
jazz joints.
smoky little
Dives on Bleecker Street, where the crowd is tough and noisy, full of rowdies from New Jersey. Drunk
from the fleet. I'm gonna take my bass to sell 'em, take everybody to tell 'em I've had it, I am finished, I am through. The scene is
Hello, Al.
Hello, Christopher. The redeeming social values are too few. I think I'm going to change my occupation. Think I've paid sufficient dues. Don't know if I can make it. Don't know if I can make it through another chorus of Truff. I think I'm gonna find me something new. Play it, Tomoko. Gerald Grable. He's no longer with us because of my anti-Trumpicity. I'm sorry, Gerald. Hey, Bill. I was talking to Roger Calloway about you. He was telling me about your history with him, the two of you together. We can talk now. Oh, good. Good, I've been wanting to talk all day. It's the bass solo. Oh, no, we never talk during the bass solo. Shush. You work into the AM amidst the constant mayhem. In a little dive filled up with smoke. You get home as a rule just as the kids depart from school. You wander through life burned out, beat and broke. I think I'm going to change my occupation. I think I've paid sufficient dues. You want the folks to love you, they just push and shove you. You'd like them to adore you, but mostly they just ignore you. Don't know if I can take it, don't know if I can make it through another chorus of the blues. I'm gonna find me something new. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Find me something new. Find me something. Find me something. Find me something brand new. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, that wasn't a good fade out, but I'm not going to worry about it. That ending, as most things happen in the recording studio, it just fell together. I just doing a vamp, and I said, wait a minute, why don't I just do an overdub and with a bowed solo and arco and just make it complicated? And it worked out just fine. Bong. Did anybody else hear a bell? Please tell me you did. And that's the way it worked out. Christopher Lentz is here. Ned White. Hey now, Jay. Ned, you were right last night. I was eating the microphone, but I wasn't eating it as much as it was up too high. So I did a serious sound check today. And I do believe that all of my microphones will be all the proper volumes. I don't want any more of that crazy. Let me see what we got here. Crazy. Yeah, let's see. What's the word? When it peaks, it goes over the peak and it gets distorted. Distortion. I've been working with a lot of big words these days. Distortion, interface, you know. But I suspect that it's all going to work out pretty good. Let me see what I'm doing. Oh no, this is not. This one's supposed to be running too. For the lovely folks over at YouTube. This little deal's supposed to be taking all their sound in. So I'm going to put it on record. And that's what we'll do. Put it right back here. And hopefully they won't be denied. Now that was such a nice little piece that I really need to play another one. Because changed my occupation, life in the middle of majors, missing R&B blues, they're coming to get me. Did we play that coming to get me the other day? This is just Tomoko and me. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. I just moved up from Baltimore, just turned 21. My life has finally begun. The Playboy Club is full of bunnies hopping round all night. Young ladies dressed as bunny rabbits, fluffy tails so white. Their costumes so revealing that no secrets do remain. You play the bass, you slowly go insane. My cameraman failed to do what he's supposed to do. Life around the rabbits ain't as funny as it seems. Soon I find I'm talking to Bugs Bunny in my dreams. All those pretty creatures so close yet so far away. Life gets more confusing day by day. The pressure keeps on building in me as the nights go by. Soon I cannot even look a rabbit in the eye. So I go to a shrinker and start spilling out my guts. He says, son, I think we're going nuts. He says you need a change of scenery. The Grand Canyon would be nice, but someplace far away from Bunny Creek's tinkling pipes. There's got to be a better place where you God only knows. someplace where the waitresses wear clothes. Tell no one you're around, just pack your bass and sit that case around the base, pack it up and split. So I told the leader of the band I simply had to go. Packed my car and drove to Mexico. Filled my brain with desert sound and drove up to Pikes Peak. I discovered the Grand Canyon, so I hung out for a week. I wandered around the painted desert, watched the cactus grow. Headed south to Mexico. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. Just moved up from Baltimore, I just turned 21. Oh, my life has finally begun. My life has finally begun. My life has finally begun. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. That's really kind of fun. As we dampen out the great playing of Tomoko Ono, which must be a sin. I was talking to Tomoko today, and we're going to take a couple outdoor gigs around the world. And she's, I'll take her advice because she's, the Japanese really know about masks. They've been using them for a long time. And they know what it means and what it doesn't mean. So I'm going to let her run the, what am I thinking? Ergonomics, is that what I'm thinking of the gigs? Whether we do them or not depends on whether she approves. And, but I think we're going to play the Falcon. And we'll play some other places too, because I know this place is going to pop up. There's certain that we'll find some way to make it possible. I know I'm planning to move my room around so that we can do trio things in here, and maybe even have singers once I learn how to do this. And God knows if it's any success at all, we'll actually hire a sound person. Oh, no. I know. It's very bold and too bold. But who knows? We just might do it. Because I played a rehearsal yesterday with Bill Warfield, and I guess I told you about it last night. But it was the first heavy playing I've done in 6 months. I mean, for 4 hours. Whee! My chops are fine, except I got crampy at the end. I did. By about hour 3 of digging and playing hard, both the muscles in my arms from going boom, for 3 hours. He said, we're not used to this. So I guess the thing to do is to take care of your arms. Yes, let the Trove son be the son. Trove, would you like to do that? No. Thank you. I'd rather be your trusty sidekick and co-producer. That's it. Fine. That's it. So he wants to be involved in the production and the creative end, and not so much the sound technique, because I don't know, he doesn't want to do it. So fine. Occupational hazard. Thank you, Albert. Right. He just wants to be part of the show, and he wants to contribute when he wants to sing some songs with me from time to time. And am I saying it right? Yes, you are. Okay. With that in mind, I'll take a little cup of coffee. A little sip of coffee. And proceed to the desk. Now, today, I thought I would do songs from the Book of Jay. Oh, what a swell fellow. And it's not like you haven't heard them all. But look at the cute little drawing on the back. Isn't that adorable? Can you see it? I don't remember who did that. And that's disgusting. Oh! At the University of New Hampshire. That's right. Anyway. Let's see what's on page 1. Oh! The first song in the book is a true gem, one that I know you maybe have heard once or twice, but nonetheless, there it is. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know, so I will tell you. As we settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I've practiced, but it will not mean a thing. It's impossible to play the bass and sing, sing, sing. You see, the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just the fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw potatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is a work of art. I don't know. I got the music right in front of me. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember this, or I will fall apart. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede, and she'd only sit and laugh at my wanted greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. She knows it's impossible. To sing and play the bass. I have to ask you, is that setting decent? Before I'm going to go back and play, but I just want to see if the sound setting is okay. Trope, that's not what Jay can do. Thank you, Stephen. That's exactly how I feel. What can I do for the boss? Before I go any further, that wasn't distorting. I was singing into the microphone. There was a distorting. Would somebody tell me? Because I need to know. Because it looked good. All of the dial said it's fine. And I just want to make sure. Sound is perfect. Bill Crow says, Jay goes on. Good, because I set the vocal mic down. Great. Terrific. Epic. Christopher Lentz says it's epic. Bill, you and Christopher Lentz have to meet. Someday you're going to have to meet. At the reunion, when we have an actual live gig, and I invite you all as my guests, pay you to come. And you can sit with Trofe. He'll be sitting in a chair down here. He'll be saying, "Oh, way, yay." So anyway, let me see what's on page 2 of this wonderful book of songs. No, I'm not promoting my book. Are you kidding me? Let's leave that to everybody on Don't See and everybody else. The second song in the book is called, what's the second song? It's called Bass Aboard a Plane. It's called Bass Aboard a Plane. I never do this song. If you really, really want to cause a problem, if you really, really want to cause a pain, simply go down to your local airport and try to put a bass aboard a plane. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. The trouble starts when you approach the terminal. You won't find a sky gap anywhere, because once they see the giant case in which you packed your massive bass, they tend to disappear into the thin air. So by yourself you lug it to the terminal, let out a big sigh of relief. The ticket lady looks at you in horror. She stares at you in disbelief. She says, "You're not going to put that on an airplane. It's just too large, it's just too big." Oh, you smile, but she doesn't think you're funny. To her, you're just another sexist pig. She gets angry, calls her supervisor, who sees the bass and goes into a swoon. And the ticket they decide on for the plane you want to ride on costs you more than a ticket to the moon. Nowadays, we must deal with security. They see the bass, they start to drool. They want to give the bass a colonoscopy. Those of you who don't know what a for those of you who don't know what that is, don't worry, you'll find out. Struggle to be cool. This is not the time for getting angry. This is not the time to cause a scene. This is when you must turn into Gandhi, calm and placid and serene. Better yet, be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Use the Force to get him into line. Tell him, do not worry about the bass. It will be no problem. Let the bass pass through. It will be fine. If you really, really want to cause some problems, if you really, really want to cause some pain, simply go down to your local airport and try to put the bass aboard it. 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 See, I'm playing real soft here. I'm going, because it's just me and a voice, but yesterday I was going. For 3 hours. And you know what got my left hand? I got a cramp in my middle finger because I was playing a song in G flat that had no open notes. So I was going the whole song. We played it 5 times. No open notes, unless you make them up. Or passing notes. Just the thing is with the bass, for those of you non-bass players, if you hold on forever, you have to rest your hand for a split second. Just that pressing. All of a sudden, so if you just go like that, it helps. But in keys like C, where you're going, you get a whole quarter note from time to time to rest your hands. And younger players don't think about that. They don't care about that. But as you get older, you start to realize, wait a minute, that's a real nice thing. And when you're playing the keys like D flat, which are on the bass, look at the scale, it's another open note. There's no little rest. The key of C is G. And those little, if you feel a little burn in your left forearm. And yesterday it got too much for me. After 3 hours of slugging. Anyway, so I'm going to have a concert with this band next week. Yes, I will be working. It'll be my first time off unemployment in a long time. Imagine a week of actual earning money. So I'm going to practice all this week. Just building up the muscles again, getting them used to working. So where was I? What I really want to check is I really have to do a demo for Miss Ono tonight. She needs to hear the Ballad of Sweeney Todd. Because I was talking to her on the phone about it today, and she said, "Oh, that's great. How's it go?" She's not familiar with Sweeney Todd. Or she is. She just doesn't know she is. I'm sure she knows some of that music. I have no question she knows it. But now I have to find the Ballad of Sweeney Todd, and I have to do a demo for her so she can get a sense of how it works. Now, I know it's here someplace. Oh, it's custom. Oh, such fine old songs. Oh, my Lord, I should do them all. Customs, curtains, all the sea songs. Now, just when you don't want it, just when you need it, you're not going to find. Well, there's Bernie's tune. Gee, God bless Bernie's tune. Centerpiece. Yeah, Centerpiece is good. I don't like it. Down in the South, very few. Slap that bass. And of course, no. Ballad of Sweeney Todd. But I'm going to do the first part anyway because I think I'm going to do the first 2 lyrics and the bridge with it. I think I can do the whole thing. Behold the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale, his eye was odd. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few have trod. Did Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street. He had a shop in London town. He had a shop in London town. A clientele of great renown. So what if not? So what if none of their souls were saved? So what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney. By Sweeney Todd. The a shop in London town, a clientele of great renown. So what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney Todd, the Dean and Barbara were fleeing the street. Swing your razor high, Sweeney, hold it to the sky. Freely flows the blood of those who moralize. Swing your razor high, Sweeney, swing it to the sky. Freely flows the blood of those who moralize. I don't know if I can remember the last verse. His needs were few, his room was bare. A lavabo and a fancy chair. A mug of suds and a leather strap. A towel and an apron, a pail and a mop. A mug of suds and a leather strap. A towel and an apron, a pail and a mop. For neatness he deserves a nod. Does Sweeney Todd. The Dean and Barbara flee the street. Then Tomoko comes in. Some sort of playable thing, playable solo course. You know what I'm talking about. I won't play the exact form of the song. I'll make it, smooth it out. Just use the changes and make it more playable. Anyway, Tomoko, that's it. I'll take that off the tape tonight, and I will send it to you with love from all of us, from Bill and Elmer, and I don't know, John, who else watching, who knows you and loves you, but they all say hello. And I'll send you this tonight if you don't happen to be watching. Tomoko, I was speaking to her this afternoon, and Alan broke his foot. Never mind. But he broke his foot. Fell off a ladder. And she has to push him around in a wheelchair because he can't walk yet. He really fractured that knee, ankle. Gee, doesn't sound like fun. Well, let me go see who's here. Let me go say hello. It's my favorite part anyway. You see, the faces of gentlemen. I love that song. I do love that song. Let's see. Oh, Tomoko's right there. There you go. There's Tomoko right there. Write a comment. Yo, TMO. Boom. Yo, Tomo. Great. It'll be with you. It'll be with you tonight. When I edit this video, you should see my video. I have two small Sony mini cams that I bought over the years that really have great sound to them. Sometimes I just use their soundtrack. It sounds, although I suspect tonight to be acceptable. Trove lived before. Sound was great. Thank you. Yes, hang with Trove. Sound is superb. Stephen Goldberg. Epic. Okay, I was told, according to, notice I'm using Facebook tonight. I'm not using whatever it was, something. Send it, because they're not getting in touch with Facebook. So, I'm not using it. I'm just not using it. Facebook's, what's the deal with it? My little camera. This one's just not working.
This thing is not doing a good job. Is it the battery? Oh, it's the battery. I'll just forget it. Forget it. Nobody can hear anything. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. While we sit here, while we contemplate the universe, I'm going to change batteries on this little critter, this little Zoom, and I'm going to put into it when I finally run through my what do you call them? Non-rechargeable. There's 2 rechargeable Duracells. Now let us see how long they will last, because that's the only problem I've ever had with rechargeables is they don't last. They just don't last. So we'll put this battery in here if we can. Come on now, help me out. Wonder why I can't close it. For the first time, I cannot close this thing. I wonder why. Then I won't. I'll just leave it open and I'll turn it on and see if it works. Excuse me. These things will happen. This case suddenly will not go in the back of this. It just won't. I don't know why. What is it? The battery's too big or the battery's not firmly enough on the deal. Trophy. Help me out. I don't know. They won't go back on. Sorry. Okay. Now maybe this will work. Maybe they'll be able to hear. No wonder we don't have any viewers from Trophy Energizer batteries. Yes. Good for you, Troph. You've made your mark in the world. Now we'll see how long these batteries last, because I'd like to use nothing but rechargeable batteries, because there's a place in hell for me for all the batteries I have thrown into the what do you call it? Ecology, into the environment. They're going to spell it. You're doomed. Where was I? I have to do one of my favorites, though. I mean, I like my own song. Don't get me wrong. I love doing my own song, but it's time to do another song. Now, Tomoka, while you're listening, here's the song I sang to you today. Unfortunately, there's a bad page turn here that I didn't figure out when I made this work. When I put this file together. So I have to stop, change the page. I'll have to redo this now. But this is this. What happened? What happened?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died. Oh, bummer. Bummer. Oh, Jesus. Isn't that awful? Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died. Oh, boy. Might as well put Hitler on the Supreme Court. That's what he's going to do. What a drag. She tried to last it out. That really means a lot to me. That's a very important matter to me. I got to meet her. I got to hang out with her a little bit a couple years ago. You've seen that picture. That's not the reason it really matters. What matters is that now the court's going to be hopelessly conservative for the rest of my life. Nobody's going to stop me. Everybody in our house is upset. I'm upset. I may not be able to continue on. I'm really upset. Just heard about it. My daughter just told me. Oh, bummer. Bummer. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to stop. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. It's a drag. I just don't think any of my nonsense is suitable right now. So I'll see you all tomorrow after we've all adjusted a bit to all this. Good night. Well, I just heard that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and I'm not much in the mood for continuing on tonight, and I'm not going to. See you later.